Hello students. In our previous class, in for the yellow wallpaper, we had seen that it had autobiographical element, and it was written by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. So in today's class, we'll just focus into like many different aspects of literature that we find in wallpaper. So we'll just highlight those points, like what did we exactly see. I mean, the piece of work that it is, obviously it concentrates many different aspects of literature. It can be evaluated with 10 different types of literary criticism that obviously we find in this short story. First is formalist, biographical, historical, psychological, mythological, sociological, gender, reader response, deconstructionist, and cultural studies. So we won't go like into the detail, but yes, we will just give a touch of everything. We'll just try to highlight those points which we found in this text. So to begin with, it is formalist criticism. So, why this is regarded as formalist criticism? Because human knowledge that needs to be examined on its own terms, right? It concentrates around the style, structure, imagery, tone, and genre. So, in the yellow wallpaper, the tone is quite depressing. The main character is going through depression and is restrained from doing what she loves most, that is, writing. We have seen that the narrator or the main character here is like very fond of writing, or she wants to write, but she's restrained from writing also by her husband, who is a psychiatrist. She is trapped in a room that she hates, which is covered in yellow wallpaper, which obviously she wants to pull down. She asks her husband to pull it down or strip it off, but like again we just see that she restrains or refrains from asking this favor from husband, because she knows that finally what answers is going to get from the husband. Now moving on to next, we have deconstructionist criticism. So deconstructionist criticism rejects the traditional assumption that language can accurately represent reality. So here we see that the author Charlotte Perkins Gilman writes this piece in such a way that the reader must read between the lines to get the true meaning of the story, because there is a lot of deconstruction or like symbols that we have to understand here. So for example, like we had seen here, the main character peels back the wallpaper every night in her room, not only because she is depressed, but because she sees the woman as being trapped. So this is a sort of symbolism that is being portrayed or like displayed through this wallpaper. And then all she wants to do is free her from her captivity. Again, this is symbolic. So this resembles and shows imagery of the woman and her life. So this story is much more than a woman that is insane and is ignored by her husband. She wants to escape her depression, and the woman she imagines trapped behind the wallpaper is only an image of herself. It is not like something from outside, not like some other woman or some ghostly creature which is like hidden behind that wallpaper. It is her own self which she feels is trapped behind the wallpaper. So the structure of this essay is in a narrative format with the women narrating. Now, biographical criticism, which we had like seen in detail in the previous lecture also, but here I'm just giving a slight hint of it. So, biographical criticism focuses on the simple but central insight that literature is written by actual people, and that understanding an author's life can help readers more thoroughly comprehend the work. So, Gilman's life story became the basis of the story. Her first child, which Gilman experienced severe depression, and her doctor prescribed her with a rest cure, which used to be prevalent during Victorian age, which we had like studied in the previous lecture. Now, the doctor in the story is much like the doctor that Gilman was treated by in her life. Though here in the story, the doctor is her own husband, but actually the psychiatrist like whom Gilman consulted in her real life was also very much like the character of her husband whom she has portrayed in this story. She was also prevented from picking up a pen or brush, which symbolizes using her intellect. That means she was refrained from doing any sort of activity, including the writing. So this is again symbolic. That means she was not allowed to use her intellect. Now, she pulled back from the brink of insanity by ignoring the doctor's order, leaving her husband and becoming a successful writer. That means by following the instruction, instead of becoming a famous writer, she became insane. She was moving, or she was being pushed more towards insanity. Now, the main character in this story is living almost a mirror image of the author's life, which we had already discussed in the previous lectures. So the main character is trapped in a room with yellow wallpaper and is made to rest there to cure depression. Now next is historical criticism, which obviously gives us a glimpse of the time during which the story was written. So we have already studied that it was written in the Victorian era, and then we get a touch of Gothic literature in this story. So from that point of view, we can say that historical criticism seeks to understand a literary work by investigating the social, cultural and intellectual context that produced it. So obviously we have discussed the social condition, the cultural condition, Victorian era, and the intellectual context that produced it, right? And the story is a reaction to the ethos of the time, which dictated the very narrow confines of the woman's life in the 19th century. That means they were not given any right. That means even if she had to change a wallpaper, she had to take a consent from her husband. So that was the liberty. I mean, that was the limitation of a woman's life. That means she was limited only or confined inside the four walls. So there was no freedom, no liberty. The only thing that made her happy was being inside the room and following the instruction of her husband, or whatever was being said by husband was what her life used to revolve around. Now moving on to next, obviously we have studied, or we are studying it under the women's literature or women's writing. So feminist literature, the element is very strong here. So it is also it also has response to the belief of the time, which claimed that intellectual study was a physical risk to women. She tears at the paper, trying to free the oppressed women who are trapped behind its pattern. That means the pattern of the society. Here it's talking by the pattern of the wallpaper. What the writer is trying to show is that the pattern of the society. It is symbolic, the pattern of the society. And when she sets the women free, she can also set herself free. Fine. So in this story, it seems as though everyone is trapped by society. That means by the pattern or by the norms of the society. And that is what she's trying to do. She's trying to, though here she's not trying to free everyone, but she's trying to free herself by tearing off the wallpaper. Now, sociological criticism. So sociological criticism examines literature in the cultural, economic and political context in which it is written or received. So this story displays the economic and political views by showing how society was during this time period. So it focuses on the female struggle against oppression in the male dominated society. That means she was not allowed to do anything. Whatever she had to do was from or with the consent of her husband. So that was the limitation. So obviously this tells us about the sociological structure of the society during that time. Now next is gender criticism. So it examines how sexual identity influences the creation and reception of literary works, which is also explained by this story. We have already done this. I have repeated. Now next is psychological criticism. So psychological criticism investigates three major areas: the nature of literary genius, the psychological study of the particular artist, and the analysis of the fictional character. So in the yellow wallpaper, Gilman and the main character are both diagnosed with mental depression. So this was also one of the concern of our previous study that we had done while we were doing the criticism of the story. So the story demonstrates that someone with mental depression thinks or does. That means what will be her area of thought, or the person's area of thought. So that is what is being demonstrated, or that was what demonstrated in this story. The main character sees the wallpaper as disturbing, and the yellow wallpaper allows her to escape into her fantasies. Now mythological criticism. So mythological criticism is an interdisciplinary approach that combines the insight of anthropology, psychology, history and comparative religion. So Gilman uses an immense amount of symbolism throughout the story, and we have discussed symbolism in our previous lectures already. For example, the window is a huge symbol besides the paper. Everything outside the window shows all that is possible and everything that she could be but cannot be. Right? So the woman that she envisions trapped behind the paper symbolizes the main character as well as the author herself. Now, reader response criticism. So, the attempt to describe what happens in the reader's mind while interpreting the text. So, the story is told in a narrative view so that the reader automatically drifts into the narrator's life. So, it is the immediate response of the reader on reading the story. That is called the reader response criticism. That means the text or the interpretation of the text depends on the reading or the understanding of the reader. So the reader is able to experience everything first hand that the main character is faced with. So the reader sees the woman as victim to her depression and takes her side. So her husband degrades her and leaves her in the room alone to heal her depression without being able to experience what she is going through. Next is cultural studies. Cultural studies focuses on the understanding the social power encoded in texts. So cultural studies basically combine all the methods of literary criticism. So in the wallpaper, Gilman demonstrates symbolism, style, imagery, and the society throughout her work. So the story is a narrative that mirrors the author's life and experiences. It also focuses around the time period and women's struggle during that time. So obviously it is a reflection of the culture during which it was written, the time which it was written. So this was the end of the critical analysis or different aspect that we were trying to find in this story. So you must have seen that The Yellow Paper is a unique story written by Gilman. It is not just a story about a woman trapped in a room by doctor's orders. It also shows symbolism and has deep meaning once it is analyzed and thought over. So Gilman does an excellent job of including issues of society in her work. So now we have read the story. So this is the end of the criticism of the text here. Thank you all.